I mean, even if he starts talking about how Kong Skull Island is the greatest movie franchise to ever exist.
I'll chime in then. Just to laugh. I'll be the laugh track.
So this is our after discussion. We get into these sometimes after we record our podcast. But we were still talking about what's going to come after Avengers. And Chris is hell-bent on believing.
Right, so let me first of all,
hell-bent on believing that
It's
the
monsters.
Monsters universe, Godzilla versus King Kong, is going to be the next Avengers.
It doesn't have to be
the next
exactly
Star
that.
Wars, the next Jaws.
Let me explain. Right?
The next Fate of the Furious.
No, let me explain. I
One of
say
the highest grossing movies we got over here. He thinks it's going to be average.
Topic.
Okay, now
it's going to be the next. So we came to the conclusion that in about 10 years there's going to be
We.
listen. All right. So in the next 10 years there will be a new benchmark. Endgame is like right now, and then the next 10 years will be a new benchmark.
And I'm only saying that because the superhero genre will be 20 years old and it'll be stale by then.
So I said that monsters will be that new benchmark.
Now, why
wait.
monsters?
Because I think monsters.
We have a guy here. His name is Tony.
Hey Tony, introduce yourself, man.
Hi, my name is Tony. I'm the guy from the last podcast that he disrespected.
Not the last one. It was one of the other ones.
Well, fuck you, JT.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah.
Everybody always insults me when they're the guests on our fucking podcast.
Okay,
But I was saying that I think monsters are fascinating, and I think it's again with how technology.
You don't think?
No, with how technology is moving, it's going to be like something phenomenal with monsters.
I don't think so, because you keep saying, like, I don't know what you said, but it's like...
no, but see, now here's the
Because
thing.
you keep saying, like, oh, yeah, it's had time, but the thing, you're acting like monster movies is something new. Like, that's just...
That's what I'm saying. I
been
think after Jaws...
They can't
But-
rebuild it. King Kong has already been happening. They can't just rebuild
So,
off of
my
it. It's
thing
too
is,
late
though,
to make a universe.
I
Yeah.
think it's the same with the superheroes. They did the same.
It's a Marvel franchise
So-
until this time.
so
But they had
just like there was
DC,
never a
they
Star
had other
Wars
superheroes.
Yeah, but they're not the same. Marvel
It's
did
just
not do it the
different.
same.
It's just different characters. That's all it is.
But you're talking about the
their
same...
whole style and approach
Okay,
is different.
even if you're talking about
It's
that,
the
you're talking
same-
about the same King Kong, same Godzilla.
They're different. They're
Each-
not people. They don't have personalities.
But listen,
They
listen.
can't have a fucking character arc.
Yeah.
Each Godzilla, each King Kong movie made more because of the new story, the better graphics, the better
inflation.
technology. No, it's not just inflation.
I think it's inflation.
Well, hold on.
I feel
it's
like
not,
people
what I'm
just,
talking about, it's
people
not,
just
it's
go
not
to see it because they
inflation,
want to
though.
see monsters fight.
And
I
I
don't
literally
think anybody's
think that-
into it
but see,
that
that-
much because they're like, oh man, the
But you
story.
see, if people
Yeah.
go to see
I want to
monsters,
see a monkey fight a
but see,
dinosaur.
if people want to go see that, if you do it real big,
What's the difference between the Incredible Hulk and Abomination? Two monsters fighting. How are you telling me that's any different of King Kong and some other nameless
they're
monster?
not huge. They're lame. They're
They
lame
Brett
characters.
Harlem.
They're lame characters to me.
Okay.
I mean, I think-
The Hulk is not
Now,
lame,
okay,
but
now, wait.
Abomination is lame.
How much?
Okay, so here's
1.2 billion opening weekend
Okay,
would disagree.
Okay, fine. Okay, then if it's not, you don't have to like agree that it's King Kong Godzilla. But if it's not monsters, then right, what's gonna be that benchmark? Because there will be a movie that will beat the.
No, I'm not
hold
disagreeing
on,
with
we
that.
Just, like, we just don't know yet. I mean, look,
Honestly, well, I was gonna say Spies, but we're kind of done with Spies.
I think Spies is
I was
set.
gonna
James
say,
Bond.
I don't
yeah. After
think
that happened, I was gonna say it would be. Honestly, I feel like
Or aliens.
it would be no
monsters or
Are you talking about
aliens.
action
Aliens.
movies or just any type of
No,
I think
genre?
blockbuster. Let's say blockbuster. What is
Blockbuster.
gonna bust the block?
bust a block. Well,
That's right.
No.
Why is it?
No, it's because people used to line around the block to get into the movie theater. That's when they did that with Jaws. They did it with Star Wars. People would literally wait outside to go see the movie. They
I
would
think
sit there
aliens.
all day.
I really
Actually,
think
no.
aliens.
How's it different from Star Wars?
Wait. Hang on a second. I think
It's
for
gonna be
the
a fresh
next 10
take.
years, it'll still be superheroes because since the genre is still kind of, like you said,
I think it's 20 years old.
Yeah,
I think
superheroes
it's
are
all
Not
die
yet.
out.
No. 10 years. But for the next 10 years, there'll be no other film that's going to be like a huge summer hit.
That's what I'm
Until
saying.
that genre
Yeah.
dies out, we don't have to.
No, but I'm
think about
saying
this.
there's not going to be another superhero movie that's topping this. Every other superhero movie, this is the peak of the
Superhero
bell curve,
thing.
right? Every
we're on
movie
the
after
tail
this
end.
is just going to go down. It might have like a slight fluctuation.
Also,
But-
horror movies.
Horror movies.
As technology gets better,
No.
imagine horror
No.
movies.
Horror movies are going from trying to scare you to more like trying to like get you think. Like imagine psychological thrillers.
Yeah,
to
but
put it
also
that way.
But
horror
horror
movies
movies are
don't
like
have
now.
a good return on investment. Like horror movies
Some
are like
like, so-
cash in on
So
jump scares.
What's one of the I'm trying to think
There are none.
Horror movies
No,
are
there
now
aren't.
though.
No, not even just that, but it's horror movies have never been a blockbuster because the business model for horror movies have always been
But if technology
cheap
changes,
scares.
imagine if technology
It's never been
changed.
about technology. It's been about how they approach it. They don't care about doing it
I
bigger and
disagree.
better.
I think that if it changes,
I mean, I guess I can. I agree more with horror than I do monsters,
That's
to be
right.
honest.
All right.
And I was gonna say,
I'll take it.
if there was any genre that I feel like would become more popular, it'd be horror. Or in my opinion, I feel like there's a lot of romance movies coming out now. Like there's so many rom-coms
tell you why.
that people are watching. Turn your sound
I'm gonna tell you
off.
why it's not going to be either of those things. Like I said, the business model for horror has never been to do it bigger and better. Two.
it's with the technology.
Hold on.
What technology?
Wait,
Yeah.
listen,
CGI.
right?
He's talking about
So,
CGI
all right,
and
so
costumes.
You don't need
hold on.
CGI for horror.
Let me say my second
it's
point
going to be
though.
more interactive.
Yeah, you do.
Imagine like a more interactive.
But hold on.
Like a
Here's my
VR
second
type
point.
thing.
Here's my second point.
It all depends on how
Horror
somebody
movies
makes
are
a monster.
usually R-rated, and people don't like horror movies that aren't R-rated. That automatically cuts out
PG-13 horror movies are terrible.
Yeah.
Because they're PG-13.
PG-13 movies make the most money because literally anybody can see them. Only people above a certain age can check out horror movies, and the only way they will make a blockbuster horror is if literally everybody sees them.
We think about most great films that you can recall usually are rated because they have no boundaries. But with like you said before, with superhero films,
Yeah.
13 because literally everyone can go see them.
But also, a lot of the films that came out that are great, that are R-rated now, didn't have a rating system back then. What did you say the other one was? Romantic comedy? Those are mostly targeted towards women. And again, it's like every woman would have to see that movie for it to make its money back. The only kind of movie... We're recording. The only kind of movies that's going to bust the block is going to be something that gets people above 18 and under 18, men and women alike. That's literally everybody.
Okay, so
Comedies.
but Jurassic World.
Jurassic World is up here.
Okay, but
Jurassic,
I'm saying though, it's the same format.
It's
except
not,
with bigger
because
and better
Jurassic
monsters.
World-
The whole thing with Jurassic
people.
World is that
You
people
can have
knew what
people-
Jurassic Park was, so
Yeah.
they actually liked the fact
You
that
can
they
have
added an
people
installment
in there.
series.
You can have people in there with the monsters.
But Jurassic Park also has a precedent for blockbuster, whereas King Kong doesn't.
It doesn't need to. It just needs to be like well known. Let it build up like Avengers did. That's what I'm saying. You're not letting it build up. I'm not saying it will automatically.
My thing is, how can it build up?
Yeah, it
Are we
does-
just supposed to exempt the other King Kong?
People
And they're
exempted
all
the
the same.
movies.
After I see a monster tear up
People
New York
exempted-
and watching a monster
See-
tear up Chicago, it's gonna look the
I don't
same.
Because the
That's-
thing is, even if I do go based off the story, it's going to be based off the people. And if I go to see a King Kong versus Godzilla movie, I'm not going to go there to see people talk about
Yeah.
how great it is and just wait till the very end.
Well,
to
see,
see the
I
But
fight.
also, that's literally every fucking monster movie is they fight another monster. And the Godzilla that came out in what, 2015 or 2014? Is that what it was?
I didn't pay attention, bro. I did not even go watch.
In that same movie, Godzilla just fought two other monsters. What's the difference of it being King Kong
two
or some
things.
nameless
So,
monster?
Two things. Superheroes,
Other than brand
they
recognition.
reboot superheroes all the time, so it's the same
Not all
thing.
the time.
All the time. It's the same thing. And
They
two,
every-
I really think people are more invested in monsters.
I rebooted more than twice as Batman. And Batman will sell with his name on
Superman,
anything.
Hulk.
Superman's only
Batman.
been rebooted once or twice. I'll give you no. He has three.
Christopher Reeves, that one guy that played him at one time.
That's two reboots. They
Was
did
there-
it. They started it over once and they started it over twice. He has three timelines, right? Batman has. Yeah, I mean, but technically, what's the Tim Burton's Batman? It's the same up until
I thought George Clooney played Batman.
that's
at
the
time, too.
same universe.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is he like, what?
We don't care. We curse.
Okay.
That's the same universe, and then Batman Begins. Bless
Yeah,
you. The Dark Knight, and then
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Those are all the same universe. That's not a
And
reboot.
Hulk.
Twice.
family-friendly
No, no,
movies.
you-
Once. He's only been rebooted once.
No.
It's
You
three
had
times.
Eric-
It's
you had
Eric
Bana.
Eric Bana.
And Ang Lee's Hulk, and we have this
Bruce,
one.
that's three.
That's the same universe.
It doesn't matter.
That's
It's
not a
still-
reboot. It's just a
Well,
different
it's-
actor.
well-
That's like saying they rebooted Iron Man because they got fucking Cuba Gooding the fuck out of there and got
Terrence Howard.
Yeah. Oh.
That's so disrespectful. Just because they're light skinned does not mean they're the same person. Oh my goodness.
Guy who plays.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
It could be-
If you look at this, tell you what, let's look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe and look how
They've never
build-up was.
rebooted anything.
And also,
They didn't have
Every
to
time you
because other
reboot,
movies
the
have
franchise
rebooted.
get weaker.
They didn't have to because of the other ones. They literally took what was already there and then just improved upon it.
Yeah, but the King Kong movies, the monster movies, have never done that because they don't have much to
But
improve
I'm saying
upon.
in
The only
the
thing
next
they
10
can
years,
improve on
they
is
will.
graphics.
Yeah.
You can't improve story because there's no characters really.
I think
you can't. How? At
The same way they improved story they didn't improve it, but you know again, like the story progressed with Transformers.
But the Transformers are basically people. They're not humans, but they're people.
They're
They're
talking,
characters.
they can talk, and they have feelings.
They have characters.
Godzilla
But I'm not
can't
talking about. I'm
talk.
talking about the other side characters and like Sam and.
But they're people too. My whole argument
And
is
they
that
had consistent characters.
Yeah.
But I'm
Has
saying-
King Kong had consistent people in each movie?
that's what I'm saying though. They're gonna build it up with same people, same monsters, and build it up.
okay.
And how
So
does
the
that
thing
make
is,
sense?
even with that, if you compare it to Transformers, the Transformers themselves were an active role throughout the movie,
Yeah.
whether they were fighting or not. Godzilla can't do that.
Godzilla
is literally
What
like
is
a
he gonna-
hurricane.
what is he gonna do, start-
Watching a Godzilla movie is like watching a fucking hurricane.
What is he gonna do? Start talking all of a sudden?
I
Oh,
don't-
you guys, you know,
Remember to keep the earth safe.
I can really banana.
Laser
What is
breath.
he gonna do?
I think they're gonna come up with some good plot.
Look, bro. I'm gonna just say this right now. Seeing that trailer for the next Godzilla film, I saw the entire Earth get destroyed and countries get demolished.
Awesome.
I saw
the Earth
Avengers
came-
Infinity War, and I saw Thanos throw a moon at a man in an iron suit.
Look, I'm gonna say is that.
Haven't done it with the.
And do it. Let's say that they decided to do a monsters. Actually, they
What's
are trying.
stopping
Actually,
them
no.
from going back and
They
touching
are
up?
trying to do a
yeah, no,
monster?
They are, and yeah, they are trying to do it right now. But like I said, my
They're
only
gonna-
issue is there's so much.
So my question is right. Fine. You don't think it's monsters. I do. But what would be yours then?
I wrote a whole article about how I have no idea about what it's gonna be.
We have to. What John Wick is, he's like an assassin, so that's pretty different. But he's like only just
I
three
don't
films so
think
far.
any type of.
I think
We
it'll
already
have.
have Spies is kind of overdone, even though a new James Bond film is coming.
I
out
don't
in
think
the next 2
Spies
years.
ever hit the market because again, I think to be a blockbuster, it has to be PG-13.
Zombies.
Nah.
I think supernatural stuff would be huge. Or gods. That's what I meant. The gods, monster, like anything like.
I
crazy.
mean, I could maybe see mythology.
yeah,
like,
mythology would be good.
taking it over, especially because if you see Wonder Woman and Thor, the way that they kind of like play with mythology, I think it would be
Awesome.
like a superhero movie.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
But it has to be
Mission Impossible.
all inclusive, and it has to be action. Action has always dominated the box office every time.
The only one I could think of is, apart from James Bond, is Mission Impossible.
But that's action and it's PG-13.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the genres you guys are naming out, like horror and monster, don't always check that off, and romance.
Well, the gods
Listen.
and monsters do.
Romance is everywhere now. Romantic comedies
But I don't
are
get
out.
it.
but they even
box
put
office.
romantic
Big.
comedy moments in blockbusters.
Yeah.
Just-
Or I guess the next thing would just be like kids films.
Like a Disney movie, like a princess.
Because
Yeah,
there's a
everything.
kid, like, I remember, like, Despicable Me first came out. That was.
It's like what, number 14 or
If
something?
they, like, if something like that, I don't know, I feel
Hold
like
on,
it'd be
time
pretty
out.
big.
So Avatar is still number one.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but Avatar checks all.
I
the
think it's gonna be
boxes.
fantasy. Maybe I should just say that then. Fantasy.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Anything. I honestly you can keep it monsters in that realm, but anything.
But that's I don't
You're
know.
only switching the genre because you're trying to just slide in monsters. Trying to make an
So what's the
excuse for
difference?
monsters.
But that's what I'm saying. You keep saying monsters, like monsters just has this like potential, this untapped potential. You can put monsters in the Marvel universe, the DC universe,
They
the
have
Star
it.
Wars universe, the Lord of the Rings universe, the Avatar universe, the Harry Potter universe.
But when it's centered around them though, like
I think that's where it fails. I think
only-
that it works in the other ones because they're characters we actually care about. Nobody gives a fuck about King Kong and what he does in his off time. Nobody wants to see him chilling on Skull Island. Oh, bananas.
Yeah.
Actually,
nah.
dude, have you seen Kong Skull Island?
No.
You should go watch that.
No, and I'm sure it's a fun action
Watch
movie.
Kong Skull
but
Island. It's a great film.
how many fucking Kong Skull Islands can we get before we don't want to watch
See,
anymore?
now,
With
Kong
Godzilla, Mothra. Come
Okay.
on,
No, hang on a second.
It's done. It's been done.
Kong Skull Island was good. To your point, is because most of the film was from the human's perspective.
Yes.
Kong was in the film for maybe 25%.
No, but
So
here's
far?
but that's
But it's
that
like-
was exactly like Godzilla. That's why it's nothing
But
new.
imagine that, but more of them.
But that's what I'm saying. At the second or third outing, we're gonna be like, you fuckers know monsters exist. It's not gonna be amazing the third time we see it. That's why in the new Spider-Man, they were like, nobody wants to see him fucking zip around New York anymore because we've seen it. What?
The Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, because they actively went back and made sure they didn't repeat or like retread any
They're
water.
going to do that for the monsters too.
But I'm saying it doesn't have that much potential.
The only way they can do that is add more monsters. They're
already
shut.
The Earth can take so much.
No, fuck adding more monsters because they do that in every movie anyways.
So this one has like 3 monsters in it.
And then the next one's gonna have 4.
Fucking 11 monsters, different monsters, and King Kong's gonna be the savior.
20 monsters.
But at that point, that's Pacific Rim.
The Earth is going to
That's just
destroyed.
Pacific Rim. That's all that is.
I'm telling you, there will be no more humans on Earth if there's 20 monsters about the size of a country fighting each other.
It's hilarious. I think it would be awesome. Imagine,
What would we care to see that? We can Google that. Monster fight.
All right, we do have to give at least one thing, one opinion, or one guess.
One guess?
Or what it would be.
I said I can see mythology. But the thing is that any genre can really slide into that act. Well, I wouldn't say any. Let me look at movie genres. Because I can't really think of too many, except for the ones that have already done it.
I think gods can do it.
That's not a genre.
Fantasy?
Yeah, because I can't think of a genre. I was gonna say, I guess comedy.
I still think that action is going to be number one because those.
Because I was gonna say
R-rated.
animated, but I guess that doesn't count as a genre. But animated films usually do, I feel like, pretty well.
So
It's usually like if it's kids films though.
I think
Usually it is, yeah.
I mean, there's only like select
Or
few
mysteries. I
adults.
think mysteries would do pretty good.
action adventure,
That's usually like
superhero and
thrillers.
shonen that came up for adventure, heroic bloodshed, military fiction, spy fiction, martial arts.
Girl.
Basically.
Yeah, I remember the movie Sucker Punch. I used to love that.
Yeah.
movie.
That was a terrible movie.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that
It didn't make too much sense, but I liked it. I liked watching it.
It wasn't that terrible. It was.
See, you liked watching it, all right?
I already saw King Kong 7 times.
Monsters.
I don't need to see it 8 times just with 2 more monsters.
But you're also saying it's the benchmark. It's not a thing.
Look.
Like, I love Watchmen, but I'm not saying Watchmen is fucking Avengers Endgame.
That actually reminds me. They're making a Watchmen TV show on HBO.
I'm going to check it out, but I don't like the direction it's going in. It's Alan Moore. He's a weirdo. But I'm going to get into that.
Imagine that. A dystopia. Like, that could be
Like
really
the
good.
Hunger Games,
or like
Maze Runner,
or like a Mad Max. That's
Mad
already
Virgin.
explored.
But, right, I'm going to run this by y'all. Stay with me, right?
with
Monsters.
With monsters.
No, Mad Max
You
and
mean
monsters
like
is just the end of the
Pacific
earth.
Rim?
Not Pacific Rim, though. With Godzilla, specifically.
There is a film about that. It's called.
That's like fucking Hunger
it's
Games, but
called,
they're
like,
running
War of
from King Kong now.
Yeah.
Boom.
Instead of each other.
There's a
It's
film like
in
that.
box
It's
office.
called A Quiet Place. Literally.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No,
Quiet Place,
where the
that's,
Bird Box.
but that's what I'm saying. It's supernatural. I think those are like more supernatural
Yeah, but
stuff.
none of those broke the mold.
But they're good.
And even so,
But we're not
the
talking about good
monsters,
movies,
the
we're talking about
monsters are not.
blockbuster.
We're,
Like
we're
$1 billion
centered on the
in
people.
week. Yeah.
Even with the.
Okay, but I'm saying you can.
I'm talking about what you're comparing this to Endgame. Bird Box and Endgame don't come close.
Bird Box has been.
A good
If you
movie.
add like the
It's not.
the like great writing along with like the blockbuster.
But
this
that's
a
what I'm
box?
trying to tell you is that I don't think there's enough potential there to write anything
Okay, so
good.
if not, then what about gods that you think it can?
I'm getting messages from bots on Instagram.
Gods in particular, which ones? They can go anywhere with that. I mean, but I think that's the direction we're going in anyways, because like I said, if you look at Wonder Woman, even if you look at fucking Transformers, right? Transformers is going to that god of the Transformers universe. Superheroes are going to that, like, new gods direction. Fucking Thanos
So-
basically was a god.
All right, so gods, I'm okay with that. Gods, I think I'm.
Don't say monsters. Please, don't say they're going to bring some monsters out.
I mean, the
And I'm not saying monsters won't be involved somehow.
Clash of the Titans was a.
No, I don't think. I'm not thinking Clash of the Titans. I'm thinking Thor Ragnarok, but like, it'll be modern.
It would
I
be
think
like
they'll have
Ragnarok.
technology.
They had the wolf. What's his name?
but that wasn't. The movie wasn't about the wolf.
But it's gonna have a giant monster.
Okay, hold on.
That's what I'm arguing.
Hold on.
It's a-
So, here's the only way that monsters could ever work is if
They're not the
95
main fucking character.
No, that's my point. Like 95% of the film.
Yeah.
95% of the film was about the humans trying
And
to deal
even
with the
Kong
monsters.
Island, Kong isn't the main character.
That's all right with me though. That's what I'm saying.
You just want his name in the title.
It doesn't be in the title, but it could be a big ass monster.
It's like
This one, I think it's time to cut this.
all right.
It's been 20 minutes, so it's about time. What do you guys think the next big genre is going to be?
If you say monsters, you might have to get blocked.
Yeah.
'Cause
Our
Chris will
imaginary-
follow you, but we won't.
Chris will be your best friend.
Our imaginary fan base is so
They're
torn up
torn.
about this. Anyways, guys, tweet us your response. Check you guys next time. Later.